Hi everyone, I'm Shayla of the Blue Elephants, and today I'm going to be reorganizing my yarn stash. I have a lot of yarn, you can see it in the two bins back there, but up until now it's been in vacuum seal bags and then thrown in an attic. So anytime I needed to get it, I would have to crawl into the attic, find the right bag, get the yarn, reseal the bag, put it back in the attic, and then get out. And it just doesn't work anymore. So this room here is a spare room that we have, and we kind of just use it as a catch-all for everything that doesn't have a place. And this closet, up until now, has been storing some things that we didn't need and needed to go in other places that we were still working on in the house. So now that that's done and we've gotten rid of a lot of the extra, I can use this as my yarn closet. So I have some organizer bins that I got, and I'm just going to start a time lapse and show you how I reorganize everything. I'll show you in a bit, but I've already organized my looser skeins into little cakes with using my Knit Picks bow winder, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So let's get started. Okay, now that the closet's fully empty, I'm going to take out my hanging organizers and just set them up so I see how much space they take up. Here's the organizer that I got. It's just the canvas sweater organizer thing from Container Store, and I just got the plain canvas color. But I picked these instead of other ones on Amazon because they have these like chipboard kind of actual boards in between the shelves, which I think will make it sturdier. Whereas the other ones are either just fabric or they have cardboard, which eventually bends and doesn't hold up as well. So I'm going to use these, and I have a couple of them, and I'm just going to hang them up and see how they go. Fits perfectly in there, and I have a lot of space to work with. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this, but I will start to take things out and see how it goes. So this first bit that I have is all of the yarn that I have already wound into little cakes. They're all some of them partially used, and the cut bottom my yarn messy, so I use my Knit Picks ball winder and rewind it all over and I put on that, which I will in the description to the ball winder and quite a bit. I think this is the almost an entire ball of the Bernat Velvet, I guess. I think that's what it's called, Bernat Velvet. So I have all of these in here. I'm going to put that to the side for now and focus on my full skeins of yarn, because I can organize those into categories and put them where they need to go. Okay, so now that I have most of the yarn up and into little cubbies organized roughly, I also have another drawer unit here full of more yarn, but it's small yarn that I'm thinking I'm going to take with me back upstairs to my bedroom, which is where I do most of my knitting and crocheting. So I'm not going to touch that for now. If there's room left over, then I'll kind of play around with it and see where I want to put it and decide what projects to take up with me. But for now I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to go through all of these shelves and fine-tune the organization and decide what I want where and how it's going to look. Now that I have all of my yarn organized into these little bins, and I think it looks really good, I want to take care of all of my yarn related stuff. So that includes things like blocking boards, my caddy, things like that. So I'm going to start putting things up on this top shelf over here, and yeah, we'll just put stuff away and see how much I can get up there. I'm going to start with my caddy. room and I put everything away the way that I wanted it, and I put the doors back onto the closet. I don't know if I mentioned before, but this closet has mirrored doors, and that's what I liked about it, because then I can keep everything closed. So I put them back on, and now I'm going to take you on a little tour of it so you can see how it ended up. Okay, so my camera died right as I did the reveal, so again, here is one side of the closet door open. You can see that the hanging baskets, these hanging baskets from Container Store are really good because they're sturdy and anything. Some of them have quite a lot on it, but they're like thick and sturdy, so they don't bend or anything. And then on top, I have some. It's a bin. It's white, so you can't really see it. It's right next to the light. My Addy, and then just some extra random stuff that we needed to put somewhere. But these two things are my main things up here. And then I have all of my yarn down here. And it goes further in, and I'll open the other side of the door and show you that. But the way I organized it is really just based on what I use and how I use it. So I have my Yarn Bee Soft Secret, which is what I use for making toys. And right here is my Caron Simply Soft, which again is the same thing, same purpose. And these are both the full skeins that I have, the new ones. And then these are the wound up cakes of these same yarns. So this and this are still Yarn Bee or the Caron Simply Soft. And this battery pack is flashing, so I'm going to change it again to another one. Hold on. Okay. And then the next thing I have here is my Knit Picks Mighty Stitch. So I have it in a couple of colors. I have a couple of full skeins here, and then some of my other colors that I have left over. And then this bin and the one next to it are for projects that are kits or already designated for something. So these Cherub DK yarns are for a kit that I bought on Blueprint and I need to make. And then this is for a Knit Picks sweater, so all of it is wool of the Andes in the same color for that sweater. And then this is some, Yarn Bee and Bernat for a blanket that I was going to make with these colors. And then here is just some more Bernat. This is my velvet shelf. And then this, up to the top, is all Knit Picks. So these are the Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. And some of the extra ones that I have for Capra DK and Snuggle Puff. And this shelf is all Bravo worsted in a bunch of colors. And then the full skeins of the Bravo worsted here. So I'm going to open the other side of the closet and show you the rest. So on this side we have my Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. And this is also mostly Lion Brand, but also some other bulky yarns that I have there, kind of miscellaneous. But they're all the same weight, and I use them all the same way, so they went together. Here I have my Lion Brand different ones. This is Scarfy, this is, what's it called? Heartland, or not Heartland. I forgot the name of it, but yeah. It's this one if you guys can recognize it. But yeah, the rest in the back are just some other random colors and stuff that I have too. I don't reach for them much, so I don't need it to have its own place. Here is my worsted weight of just big things of white, gray, black, and a couple of assorted colors like that green. This is my, and these last two shelves are full of just the full like jumbo skeins. So this is Caron 1 pound, or no, Lion Brand Pound of Love, and then these two are Caron 1 pound, and this one is a Bernat blanket. And then into this last sweater size hanging basket, I have, these two are randoms. I don't really know what to do with them, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to use them, so I just kind of have them. These two are going to be a blanket that I'm going to make soon, and I put them here because I'm going to take them up with me when I go. back to my room where I'm going to knit. So these are the softer, finer weights. So like sock weight and fingering of just some really nice merino and like special yarns, I guess. This here is my Knit Picks palette yarn. This is all for a sweater that I was gonna make, or did make and then unraveled. So I'm gonna try again. And then, oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but these are not full all the way, so I do have more room. This one's probably my most full one, and there's room in the back for me to add more. And the rest of the cubbies are pretty empty. I kept everything towards the front, so it looks more full, but really not. Here I have some finished toys that I just kind of held on to. Lost his hat. And then here I have the beginnings of some of my tools. So this is embroidery floss, beads and buttons, some little bonbons, and more embroidery floss. These are projects that are done, but I'm holding on to because I need to take pictures or they need to be gifted or whatever. And these are my sock blockers. Down here I have my drawer with paper and like mailing sheets and poly mailers and things like that. My letter board. And then a bag here with extra gift bags. And in this small skinny hanging basket, I've put the majority of my tools. So here I have my Knit Picks lint shaver and my gleaner, both for finishing up and doing final touches. This is my stickers and my little accessories for my Addie. I make a lot of scrunchies for sale for crafters, so I have the actual scrunchie tie part in here. Just a bunch of lights. My jumbo tassel maker. I'm gonna go grab my pom-pom makers from wherever I put them and add them to here. This is full of my tags and, you know, little extra bits and bobs tags. And what is this? Price tags. For when I do craft fairs and I like to add a little, you know, branding, a little bit of personal touch there. This is my Knit Picks ball winder, which I just disassembled and it just fits perfectly in here. And that's what I use to cake up all of these yarns. And, sorry, I'm getting out of breath. And this, I just have a towel, so if I want to clamp my ball winder or my Addie to something, it doesn't leave marks on the table. And that's it. The smaller shelf here doesn't have like a wood insert like these shelves do. See how these are more rigid and these are a little bit floppy. But for the small things like tools and stuff, they do perfectly fine. And then I can just close this up. And I have my room. This is my yarn room. Thanks so much for watching. This was my first actual video, so I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, click the subscribe button down here, I think. And I'll be back with more.